Deontay Wilder has refused the Anthony Joshua fight for the final time. He wants a 50-50 split for the fight to happen. That is what he said in a recent interview when quizzed on the subject. It is rather funny though, how it's 50-50 or nothing at all, just after Eddie Hearn said a few mere hours before that he cannot offer 50-50 as it just doesn't suit Wilder's worth compared to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua will be the one bringing the bigger draw to the fight, and if you compare how much Wilder makes per fight now compared to what he could make in a Joshua fight, there is a considerable difference. 5 times more is the kind of difference. So Wilder can't expect to have what he does not deserve and what he has not worked hard for. So he would be getting a very generous payday for fighting Joshua, and he brings nothing to the table except the WBC belt. He has no more of a draw than Dillian Whyte, and less of a draw than Tyson Fury, so I don't know why he expects to have more than he's worth. As I said, the only thing he brings to the table is the WBC belt, the last piece in the puzzle, and that is his leverage, and he knows it. So he is essentially trying to auction off his WBC belt and use it as collateral, and in fact, that's exactly what he is doing. So Deontay Wilder has found his excuse not to face Anthony Joshua, and he will stick to it to avoid the fight. I know some people say just give him 50-50 and make the fight, but why should they? Because Anthony Joshua has worked hard and built his own platform, filling stadiums consistently, whereas Wilder can't even fill arenas and gets booed by his own so-called fans. So why should Joshua just give Wilder what he thinks he deserves, which is absurd? Why should Joshua share his hard work with someone who can't even be asked to get themselves over to the UK to watch Joshua's second unification fight and make a possible undisputed fight, or enter talks regarding such an event? Can I get in the ring after the fight, he said. And again another stupid request, as Joshua hadn't even won yet, so had Parker won, it would be Parker's decision if he can step in the ring or not. Also, why would that be a deal breaker? He just talks a load of baloney, and he doesn't even tell it convincingly. I don't know how anyone can be so dense as to believe this. It's rubbish. Can't get into the ring so he won't come. What a child, and a ridiculous excuse. He heard that Dillian Whyte was going to be ringside, and I believe he was afraid that Anthony Joshua was actually going to call him into the ring after the event. It's all a lie. He was worried about Dillian Whyte, also because he knows Dillian Whyte would call him out ringside, and he can't deal with that kind of heat. As Eddie Hearn says, his bum is gone completely, and he knows his time is up as champion, and it is limited because Fury will beat him, bring his belt back to the UK, and make the undisputed fight, and Wilder will miss out on that chunk of history right there. He will be just the guy who Fury took the WBC belt off and made the undisputed fight. The biggest fight in history. So if that's his part in history, then let him carry on. One face, one man, the biggest, baddest in the division. Well, I wonder what he will say a year from now, when there quite possibly could be an undisputed champion, and it won't be him. He won't even be involved in such an event. It is a shame and something he will probably regret, but as long as he doesn't have to face Joshua, I don't think it will bother him too much. I think it was a calculated decision. Lose to Fury or lose to Joshua, and after all he has said about Anthony Joshua and how much he fears him, he would rather lose to Fury. Wilder is one of those fighters that just has a belt after the older generation have retired, and all the belts get scattered across the division and picked up, and then the next generation come through and start challenging for the titles, and going on to become greats of the sport, and Wilder has proven what category he is in. I really hope that he proves me wrong, but I don't believe he will. But guys, what do you think? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys.